Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Dream Power and Astrology. This is the last time I'll be giving that introduction. I'll tell you why in a few minutes. I'm Virginia Palmer, Dr. V, Lamrian Dreamer, evolutionary astrologer, and consultant on a lot of different levels. So, I want to talk about the full moon in Aries on March 6th, which will be full at 10:47 p.m. Monday, March 6th, Central Time. The I am of Aries, the we are of Libra. Aries of seeking self-identification and realization and authenticity. Libra, ruled by Venus, seeking partnership, balance, harmony. This is my favorite combination. I am an Aries, as I proudly announce. 0 degrees. Very determined to be 0 degrees, which was going to fold into a little um, story I'm going to tell you in a moment. Back to this full moon. Um, love, eh, love with Venus, actualization of Mars in action, and remember the evolution of Mars in our vibration and our receiving it is fierce compassion and courageous patience. Might not sound like the Mars we've always known or been told about, God of War, but no, higher vibrations. That's what we are choosing. And Venus, yes, she's evolving as well, or we are evolving in receivership of her energy, knowing that first receiving and the foundation of love is self-love against everything we were taught to a certain degree. Oh, don't get too big-headed, etc., etc. It's your foundation, the valued self, the esteem, the confidence, the realization, the trust, on and on. So it's just so dynamic to have these two energies as we are still right now in the glow, in the energy of the equinox. Will continue really till the winter solstice. And it's fire because the equinox, the moon being in Aries. So that's there's many other things going on. Jupiter is trying not Neptune, no, Saturn, right. That's a good one. That's a good one. Those are, expanding dreams, manifesting. So speaking of dreams, I have made an announcement and I'll repeat that at 11:11 next Monday, October 6th, yes, in the glow of the full moon as we're rising, the channel is changing, it's evolving to Dream Power Unlimited. Of course, I'll always, get some energetics of the astrology in there, but I got a very direct message, shall we say, to focus on the dreaming. Yes, daydreams, but night dreams. We're going to be dreaming and co-dreaming and co-creating with the Lamrian Dreamers. I've already shared some rituals and some techniques and processes, and there's going to be so much more. A lot of interaction. I'm going to have guests come on, and we'll talk about dreams. We'll do dream interpretation. The Lemurian Dreamers are going to be with us in every session as they are, and will continue to be. And so, with that, I'm going to share something about myself just this morning. And relationship to dreaming. So something happened over the weekend. It was no big deal, a little what would be a casual thing on the physical level, but I know that there are no accidents. So last night I thought, well, I'm going to call in the dreamers and ask for a healing dream of the energy underneath this situation. And normally, most people like to ask for a creating dream because that's what we want to do, create and manifest. And when I have a client and I dream a dream for them because as a Lamrian dreamer, I can dream dreams for other people. Yes, I can, and I do, and it always happens. Most people want a manifesting dream, but a lot of times the dream that comes through is something to be healed, cleared, released, swept away, so there's space to receive the dream of creation or the manifestation, etc. So it's usually a two-part. So I called them in. I did the tapping ritual, which I will teach again and share and do a lot. And I called them in and asked for a healing. And I had been knowing and proud of myself, quite frankly, that I was taking my time with the change of this channel. I was going to do it on the new moon, and no, I use courageous patience and a lot of guidance from the dreamers, like, you don't have to do this. You don't have to push, Aries. You just can be patient and allow. So I trusted that and I did it. And I have to say the astrology chart for the 6th and the relaunching of this channel is actually better. So back to the dream. I called him in and I asked for a healing dream. And I knew I was dreaming all night. And then I was getting lucid in the morning, a very lucid. And and so I was with friends and they were a big, huge place and field and a fence around. And there was a bull and I think a cow, but they were there. And so the rest of the people didn't want to go in, but being an Aries, I thought, I'm going to go. I can go in there. So I did. And I was upon the ground. And then the bull was not even paying any attention to me. And then when I was singing, and I came back and my sweetheart partner, Bill, Oliver, who he hugged me. He said, "That was good, but you sang Barton Springs Eternal was a song I was singing, one of his wonderful original songs." He said, "You were singing a little fast." And I went, boom, there it is. That's the message, the deeper healing that I was receiving for the dreamers. And I called them in. I called my higher self and soul and spirit and future self and my dear friend Lazarus and a few others to process the dream. And it was really deep. And I also saw, I had an image of myself when I was 6 years old, the first tennis clinic that I went to in Dallas, Edmondson Park. And there's we're all on the court and someone served to me and I came in and smashed the ball. I'll never forget that feeling. It felt so good. However, it was a serve. You're supposed to let the ball bounce first, but I was, and that flashed to me and I went, yeah. And also, the when I was born, I think I've told a lot of you know I was the third girl, and my mom ended up having 8. She lived to 106. So anywho, um, I was determined to be that 0 degrees, and the doctor. And so I was born at home, came out really really fast, and he said it's a girl, and she went, oh no, because she wanted a boy. So from that moment and through other circumstances, a lot of stuff with a authoritarian father, law school professor, I never felt safe. So deep down there was like not And so therefore the moving fast, doing things quickly, achieving. I'm also a 3 in the Enneagram. If you know that, that's the achiever and lots of other things. So it just it was like, wow, that was in the deep, deep unconscious part. I mean, I had realizations about it, but asking for the healing in the dreaming, which is in the unknown, the unconscious, yes, but even beyond the dreams go beyond anything that we can even imagine. So it is so powerful to have this knowingness, this connection, the tools, the energy to dream with the dreamers, and etc. Many others are there. So we're going to have fun. We are going to have fun, and I'm going to do a new experiment next week when I launch Dream Power Unlimited, Channel the Dreamers. I channel them when I do my dream groups and we do interpretation and, the energy's coming through, but I'm going to, ask them about the full moon, the I am, the we are. Because as far as I know at this point in time, that's it, right? I am and we are. And one more thing, I know we all, especially in this country, do we feel safe? Let's clear it, keep clearing it out in any way that you can. Other times might pop up just the way that you do, or some of the dream journey I did last week. That's a good one. I'll put it in the notes to keep clearing, clear and receive, clear and receive. All right. With that, I'll see you next week with Dream Power Unlimited. All right. See you then. Sweet dreams. Sweet Venus Mars dreams.